Owner Robert Sarver suspended for 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA after a league investigation found his conduct clearly violated workplace standards because of racially insensitive and demeaning language and behavior. Sarver in a statement said he took full responsibility for what he's done. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told 105.3 The Fan they won't put quarterback Dak Prescott on injured reserve after thumb surgery. Believes he's got a chance to return within 4 games. Added the initial 6 to 8 week timetable changed after the surgery. Jones is sending a message to his Cowboys, says ESPN's Jeff Saturday.
We can get better in areas that we know we need to improve on even with Dak healthy while he's injured, and then when he comes back, we hit the ground running. That's what Jerry's selling to the locker room, and I like where his head is. If it's possible without putting Dak in significant risk, I would do the same.
Jeff Saturday on Greeny. Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt will not miss the rest of this season. He doesn't need surgery on his torn pectoral muscle, is now expected to miss about 6 weeks, reports ESPN's Adam Schefter.
How would you love a chance to save some money on car insurance? Geico can help. Switch today and see all the ways you could save with great rates and discounts. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
If you having take problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but Chris ain't one. Hit me.
Now, from the ESPN studios in New York City, this is Canty and Carlin on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus.
The day after Dak Prescott had surgery, Jerry Jones saying they are not going to put him on IR.
Which would knock him out at least the next 4 games.
That's the worst thing he could do is to rush back from something like this.
You think in 4 weeks he's going to come to save the day?
If they're being honest with themselves, they don't have a Super Bowl winning roster.
He's not 4 weeks away from playing quarterback in the NFL. I don't give a damn about optimism.
Jerry Jones is trying to talk himself into something here. It's Canty and Carlin on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus, presented by Progressive Insurance. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776 is your Dr. Pepper call-in line. Now, we have not really hit you up today, but as a Cowboys fan, when you hear this news that apparently after the surgery, Dak Prescott now not necessarily looking at 2 months, maybe just 4 weeks, and the Cowboys aren't going to put him on IR, are you any more optimistic? We got to hear from you. Lines are open at 888-729-3776, 888-SAY-ESPN. It feels desperate to me. It feels desperate from a guy that has constructed a poor roster and has realized his season is on the brink of being over, and has also realized there is not a better option out there for him to try to save his season.
I agree with the latter point. I'm not necessarily certain about the former, which is this is out of desperation. Now, without Dak Prescott, the season is over for the Dallas Cowboys. But in terms of the timeline that Jerry is laying out, saying that we expect him to be back sometime within the next 4 weeks, I don't believe that that's outside of the realm of possibility. Think about it. Last year, Russell Wilson, with a similar injury that required surgery, he missed 3 games. A couple of years ago, Drew Brees, with a similar injury, missed 5 games. So, I mean, to think that it could be somewhere in that 3 to 5 game range in terms of the amount of time that Dak misses is not crazy. But in just looking at this Cowboys team, even if Dak Prescott gets back, there are a hell of a lot of issues that they got to deal with on the offensive side of the ball. And through the first 3.5 quarters of that game on Sunday night, Dak Prescott, as great as he was, couldn't overcome those things.
But that's
the problem.
That's the real issue. And if we're going to try to drive him back early so that you can somehow compensate for those issues, it's not going to happen. And we could talk about, well, if he hurts his thumb, what's the worst that happens? He's out 8 weeks, and he was going to be out that much anyway to begin with.
Yeah.
That's fine. When you are pushing the guy to come back, he's not going to be anywhere near 100%. And you all of a sudden expect him to be able to save the day because you paid him the money? I mean, I think we saw the other night you can't do that. Here was Jerry this morning on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas.
We feel very good after surgery, after listening to the medical people, that Dak has a real chance to be back out there throwing the ball pretty quick.
you think the timeline is closer to the 4-game timeline or the 6 to 8?
I'm giving you as good as I know how to give. Only, as you know, in medical, nobody knows those timelines good. But if we thought he wasn't going to be ready to go for 4 games, until after 4 games, we would put him on IR. We're not doing that.
Yeah. So he is holding out hope in every way. He is thus holding up a roster spot that you can't fill. And I don't think the majority of us really expect him to be back that soon. And even if he is, what kind of effect does it have when it comes to a thumb for a quarterback? We had Matt Castle on earlier, former NFL quarterback, and he discussed this very injury that he had.
But I hit my thumb on a helmet, and I dislocated my thumb and had to go get surgery on it. And I'll tell you, it wasn't 6 weeks until I even got the pins out, let alone we started season 3 weeks after that. And your thumb for a thrower is the most important part of your hand because it controls the ball. And there's atrophy that takes place during that injury. There's swelling, everything else. And so you got to go through the healing process, especially when you are going to get right back out on the field and take hits and you're going to land on your hands, do all that. The last thing you want to do is rush that injury back as quickly as possible just because you need your star player and then subject him to possible further injury in which he's going to be out for a longer duration of time.
Yeah, him being out for a longer duration of time doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not worried about that. Now, if you were to tell me that him re-injuring it is going to be detrimental to his career and being 100% healthy in 2023, then it might make me second guess whether or not I want to push him out there. But, Carlin, this is all going to come down to where the Dallas Cowboys are at by the time it's plausible for Dak Prescott to be back in the lineup. So let's just say, looking at the next 3 games, the Dallas Cowboys, they got a home game against Cincinnati, they're on the road against the New York Giants, and then they're home against the Washington Commanders. So you got 2 division games over your next 3. If Cooper Rush is somehow, some way able to shepherd this team into getting those 2 division wins, and you're talking about this team being 2-2 going into a road game against the Rams, then all of a sudden it makes sense to throw Dak Prescott into the fire because the prospects of your season aren't completely down the tubes. But if you're talking about this team going over the next 3 weeks and looking at bringing Dak Prescott back and you're an 0-4 club going out to Los Angeles to play the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if there's anything that Dak Prescott is going to be capable of doing that can save your season.
It's Canty and Carlin on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus and on your smart speaker as well. But here's my bigger issue. What is the best for the long term with the Dallas Cowboys? If they are 0-4 after those 4 games,
season's over.
But Jerry's still going to jam him back in there and try to save it. Here's the problem, Chris. Jerry is desperate to save this season because he continues to be wrong with his roster construction. And time is ticking away. And this is an 80-year-old man who is still running that team and desperately trying to prove that he can win his way. Winning versus winning his way, that to me is where the big disconnect is. Jerry's not interested in winning. He's interested in winning his way, and that will not allow him to do what is in the best interest of that team, and that is break the whole thing down. That is break the whole thing down.
Well, I mean, they already started breaking the offense down, and that's a part of the problem that I have.
But somehow expected to compete this year.
Well, the only reason that they felt that way is because they thought their $40 million a year quarterback could make everybody around him better.
Or their $18 million a year running back was actually going to get back to what he was 6 years ago.
Well, no. I mean, that's a deal that they're locked into, and in an honest moment in a quiet place, they'd probably tell you that that was the wrong decision to sign him to.
But they were telling. But here's the thing, Chris. They're trying to convince themselves of things.
They're not trying to convince themselves of things. Zeke Elliott, this is his last season in the Dallas Cowboys uniform.
But
they're going to cut his ass after the year.
All camp, as Zeke goes, so goes the Cowboys.
Yeah, but how the hell is Zeke going to go when the offensive line in front of him is in shambles?
I agree. So why is he out there saying it?
Well, they're saying that because they're selling hope, Carlin. They're saying that because they're hoping that Dak Prescott can make everybody else better. That means checking into the right plays. That means getting the ball to the playmakers in their spots and letting them do the heavy lifting. Dak Prescott can't do that. Especially with the offensive line being pushed in his face. They thought they were going to have Tyron Smith. Guess what? He's going to be out for a substantial period of time. You don't have any more Connor Williams. You don't have any more Lyle Collins. Carlin, you're looking at it, you're saying, man, we are down 3 of the 5 starters that we had at opening day last year, not to mention we lost one of our starters in Connor McGovern for some time in the season opener. This is a team that has some serious deficiencies, and I don't know that Dak Prescott, when he gets back, is going to be able to overcome them. All I'm simply saying is, if the Cowboys have an opportunity to tread water over the next 3 games and somehow have an opportunity to be right at 500 going into that game against the Rams, Jerry Jones is absolutely going to put Dak Prescott in the line.
Of course he is. Is that the best of the organization?
Well, what's your alternative?
My alternative
At least you got a chance with Dak Prescott. You don't have a chance, a snowball's chance in hell with Cooper Rush.
Do I have a chance with Dak right now? Because of everything else that
Carl,
I've happened around him?
Let me say this about week one. Week one, everybody's trying to figure out what their identity is. There's always what you think you're going to be going into the season versus who you have to turn into in order to be a contender. And so there's an adjustment period there. So as bad as it looked, it doesn't mean that the Dallas Cowboys don't have a pathway to being competitive this year. It just means that they're going to have to do some things differently. It means that Kellen Moore on the second play of the game shouldn't call a double reverse to Tony Pollard.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Cowboys are in a position where it's just completely going to fall apart even with Dak on the field. They're not that good. They're not that good. And if you want to go and play, continue to be in the middle, that's on you. Go right ahead. But, Chris, you and I both know what as far as what you believe in week one and what you don't, what we saw from the Cowboys the other night, we believe. We believe. They're not that good. They're not that good.
Where are the Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFC? How good are they?
The NFC is not very good.
No, I'm asking you, but where are the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Top 4?
I mean, where do you have them? Stop saying top 4. Where are they? Are they 1? Are they 2? Are they 3? Are they 4? Where are they?
They're probably 3.
You probably got them as the 3rd best team. So who do you have ahead of them?
I would still, as crazy as this might sound after week 1, and I have very real concerns about it, I would still put the Rams in front of them.
I think you're out of your mind, but go ahead.
And I would still put the Packers in front of them.
Okay. So you're their top 3 team, and the Dallas Cowboys lost that game to a team that scored 19 points, a team that their defense only allowed to score 1 touchdown.
Your best argument is the NFC stinks.
But that's my point. That's my point, Carlin. So it's too early to punt on the season. And like I said, if Cooper Rush, and I don't think he can, but if he does just so happen to get 2 division wins in your next 3 games, then all of a sudden you're talking about the team being 2-2. The sky is not falling. You still have an opportunity to make a push for your division and for the wild card. You still got the best quarterback in the division if he's healthy. That gives you a fighting chance.
Do you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
What we saw the other day was pretty good.
Yeah, he didn't throw a touchdown pass. Relax. Relax.
We may not be saying the same thing by the middle of the season. We may not be.
Okay. All right.
888,
all right.
say ESPN, 888-729-3776. It's Canty and Carlin. That's your cue on the Dr. Pepper call-in line. Let's go on the Cowboys and where this all stands. Is it something that they should just blow up, or is it, in fact, still salvageable because the NFC is just not that good? Meanwhile, is it a panic button that needs to be hit for the Super Bowl champions? We'll discuss that next on ESPN Radio and Sirius XM, Channel 80.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Nathaniel Hackett should have let Russell Wilson be selfish in that moment, though. Right. You give him the football in that moment. Whatever happens, happens. We lose, we lose.
This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
Building through the draft is usually a key part of any NFL team's success. The New England Patriots roster in the 2016-2017 season was comprised of 55% of players that the Patriots drafted. 15 of those players were drafted in rounds 4 through 7, including Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, and Rob Ninkovich. The Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl that season 34-28 over the Atlanta Falcons.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
In football, getting the chance to have all your top picks on your team is a fantasy. In business, the right conversations can make it a reality. Because when you post a job for free, LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 810 million professionals to find the right people for your role. LinkedIn Jobs helps you narrow down to the most qualified candidates so you can start hiring the right people. Go to linkedin.com/sports to post your job for free. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
Attention sports fans, your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. The industry's biggest sign-up bonus, by the way, of 200%. BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including the NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. They have hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and the live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. You need a sportsbook with integrity and longevity, and you need to know that you're going to get paid. You need a sportsbook that offers everything, including live betting, MMA, golf, horses, esports, and all kinds of crazy bets. Call today at 1-800-79-BET-US. That's 1-800-79-BET-US. They'll walk you through setting up an account. Nobody in the industry gives you better bonuses than BetUS. Join now, mention BetUS 2022, and you can get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Nobody beats that. Head to BetUS.com and join today. Don't forget to mention promo code 935. That's BetUS, where the game begins.
Hi, my name is Kelly Doherty with OSF Healthcare, and I am a certified nurse midwife in the obstetrics and gynecology department. It's such a thrill being a part of a great team bringing life into the world. We have so many different options for expecting mothers to choose when it comes to our services. For example, the open birthing rooms that can facilitate guests and having a special playlist of music to help soothe mom during delivery. These help tap into what I do as a midwife and really bond during the birthing process to focus on mom and baby and getting them close to each other as soon as possible. We also offer water therapy and other alternative labor management options. Resting, recuperating, and getting a good meal are all on our radar to make a family comfortable in this new chapter, and you'll find it all at OSF Heart of Mary Medical Center. If expecting parents want to explore their options, just visit our website to meet with me or any of our staff and get a tour of our fabulous state-of-the-art facility, including our labor and delivery suites and our special care nursery. Visit our website for all the details at osfhealthcare.org.
PDR Automotive in Urbana has been providing quality auto repair service for almost 50 years. Trusted by AAA Motor Club, PDR employs ASE certified technicians that use the latest in diagnostic equipment. They offer nationwide warranties and are even authorized to perform vehicle maintenance that won't void your factory warranty. Check them out 24/7 online at pdrauto.com. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Introducing Homegrown, a farm-to-table restaurant located at the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois. What happens when your foundation is local, farm-to-table? It's like eating out of your own garden. Local food is fresher and tastes better, healthier. It creates community and better community health. And Homegrown has Chef Ryan Rogers, who worked at Alinea, one of the finest restaurants in America. Homegrown, a farm-to-table restaurant, brand new at the Atkins Golf Club. Just visit eatathomegrown.com.
Every moment.
Hawkins picked it off. Thought about a three. Drives down the lane. And he slams it in.
Every play.
Hawkins to Melendez.
Every celebration.
And the Big Ten championship is in Champaign.
Illinois basketball season tickets are available now. Be in State Farm Center for every home game this season for as low as $250. Get your tickets today at fightingillini.com.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Sit back and relax and take the drive with Lon Tay and Derek Piper. Weekdays 4 to 6 right here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Say ESPN, 888-729-3776. Canty and Carlin on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus. I won't lie. You do look good with the sunglasses on.
All right, I appreciate that. I'll take all compliments.
It's just, I don't know, there is something about...
It makes it feel like I'm a little pretentious because I'm wearing sunglasses indoors.
That's the thing. That's exactly what I was going to say. There's something about a guy wearing sunglasses inside.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
That I did not expect. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Should the Cowboys save the season? Mike in El Paso, Texas, up first on the Canty and Carlin call-in line. What up, Michael?
Hey, buenos tardes, guys.
What you got, bud?
This is not a complicated situation. If Jerry wants to save the season, first step, fire his general manager because that guy is an idiot.
Keep holding your... All right.
That's
how you save the season?
I don't know if that's how you save the season in and of itself. You know, listen, Jerry's got some good people in terms of talent evaluation. Will McClay is one of the very best around the National Football League. He's the guy that found Micah Parsons. They were actually able to trade back and still get Micah Parsons. So that just shows you how good they are at being able to work the draft and find talent. But that being said, I think Jerry fooled himself into thinking that his quarterback could do more than what Dak Prescott actually is capable of in terms of elevating the play around him. He also fooled himself into thinking that Tyron Smith was going to be healthy for the entirety of the regular season.
So is there an easy fix here somewhere else? In other words, at some other part of the Cowboys that will allow them to win? We were talking about their defense earlier.
Yeah, their defense is going to have to win the day for them. There's no question about that. But
let's define that for a second. Where are we putting the points allowed numbers?
Hold them to 20 points or less. If you hold them to 20 points or less in today's NFL, that should give your team a chance to be competitive. But what your offense is going to have to do is complement your defense. That means field position. That means being able to run the football, control time of possession, dictate the complexion of the game, and not turn the football over. Those are things that absolutely have to happen. And that's what the identity of this team has to be moving forward. This is not going to be the number one offense in the National Football League like they were a year ago. It ain't going to happen. They're going to have to run the ball, and trust me, those offensive linemen, as bad as they looked on Sunday night, they're better going forward in run blocking than they are going backwards in pass protection. So let those guys do that because they're largely inexperienced, and every offensive lineman will tell you they prefer to run block rather than the pass block. Let them set the tone for what that offense is going to be. Use Ezekiel Elliott up since you're paying him $18 million on your salary cap this year. Get the most out of Tony Pollard as a change-of-pace player. And every now and again, sprinkle in some shots with play action. That's what their offense has to turn into. Utilize Dalton Schultz, your tight end. Maybe go 2 tight ends to protect the edges. Whatever you got to do, Carlin, in order to make sure your offensive line doesn't get exposed and make sure your offense avoids negative plays. Because you got a defense that's going to create turnovers, that's going to steal extra possessions, and that's going to hold teams down once they get in the red zone. That's the formula. That's what their identity has to be. We just hope that the head coach and Mike McCarthy wakes up and realizes this has got to be a lot different than it was last year in order for us to compete and try to get back to the postseason.
A little bit of breaking news, if you want to call it that. This from Adam Schefter, addressing his decision to attempt a game-winning 64-yard field goal last night. Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett just told reporters, quote, looking back at it, we definitely should have gone for it.
Shocker. Real shocker, Carlin. So you just realized what everybody else in the sports world already knew.
Yes. The 70,000 in the building, on the road, everybody across the planet, and
even
we've decided
Peyton
to admit
Manning
it.
and Eli Manning and Shannon Sharp on the Manning cast said it. Eli was like, I don't know what they're doing. And Peyton said, I would take a timeout like right now.
This is what it sounded like.
We got 3 timeouts, E. I might use one right here, E. Let's use one. Let's talk about this one. I think we should call timeout, like now.
They look unsettled. Sutton doesn't know what he's doing. Hurry up. Timeout.
Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp just had his head in his hands the entire time.
He's wearing the bucket hat.
I was just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? It made no sense, Carlin.
It was amazing to watch. Did
he freeze? Are we talking about a rookie head coach that just froze in the moment?
No, I don't think he froze in the moment, Chris. I think his mind was made up prior to the third down play.
And what do I say about a plan that can't change? It's a bad plan.
It's a bad plan.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that based on it being 3rd and long, he didn't think Javonte Williams was going to catch a swing pass and take it to within 5 yards of the first down marker.
Well, but think about it for a second, right? There was no rush whatsoever of Russ looking to the sideline after the play, of anybody looking around like, what are we doing? It was simply, all right, let the clock run.
But here's the thing, Carlin.
They knew what they were doing.
Carlin, in the last 5 minutes, there was no urgency for the Seahawks. That entire possession.
Yeah.
They were just wasting time. Those guys weren't getting back up on the ball. They weren't snapping the ball.
It's
with
like
25
Donovan
seconds.
McNabb in the Super Bowl.
I mean, they were just taking their time like they had the lead. And I didn't understand it. Now, there's something to be said for having poise and being calm in that moment, but you got to have some urgency about going about your business. And they wasted a lot of clock on that final possession. They really did.
Yeah, they wasted a ton on that final possession. Unbelievable. Finally decided, probably should have gone for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus were presented by Progressive Insurance. A Super Bowl contender that already needs to make a quarterback change. We'll discuss. Canty and Carlin, next, ESPN Radio.
This September, Disney Plus is back in action with exciting new premieres like Disney's Pinocchio, Marvel's Thor, Love and Thunder, Pixar's Cars on the Road, and Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return. Also, National Geographic's Epic Adventures of Bertie Gregory, and a new Simpsons short, Welcome to the Club. And don't miss other new favorites like Growing Up and Frozen 1 and 2, sing-alongs, plus they're all new episodes and specials dropping like Marvel's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and Dancing with the Stars, the pros' most memorable dances. Nothing's bigger, nothing's better, nothing beats Disney Plus. All these and more now streaming.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If Saquon stays healthy, here comes an outrageous prediction. Ready? He could have 2,500 all-purpose yards this season.
This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
When you download the Home Depot app, taking on big or small projects starts with a tap. It's your pocket-sized toolbox for getting more done. Image search helps you find what you need with a snap. Store mode pinpoints exactly where to go to get what you want while you're at our store. Or just tap to arrange for easy curbside pickup, all from the palm of your hand. It's the app that's made for doing. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Heard my little sis is buying a car. You'll need my secret guide.
Gross, no way. I already used Capital One Auto Navigator.
I bet your credit score
wasn't impacted at all, so I got my real rate and monthly payment, had an amazing test drive at the dealership, and made the purchase.
Taking the easy way out. That's so you.
Still not getting it. That's so you. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/AutoNavigator.
If you're a truck driver or know a truck driver, listen to this. Gale Frericks Trucking is looking for regional drivers who can also help with the harvest. Help with the harvest, drive in the Midwest, and always be home on weekends. Gale Frericks Trucking is hiring a regional driver who can help with the harvest and offers great pay and great benefits. Work for a local company who values your time and your family. Gale Frericks Trucking wants to talk to you. Just email Dixie at gftlog.com. That's Dixie at gftlog.com.
Hi, this is Chris Jackson with Kramer Siding and Window. And whatever your project, you can count on Kramer Siding to offer you the best products backed by the best warranties in the business and a lifetime of great customer service. And right now, you can save 10% on roofing, sunrooms, and decks, get 15% off gutter helmet, and you can save 25% on preservation siding, windows, and doors. So call today or visit us at kramersiding.com and let's get started on your project.
Hey, could you tell me what aisle your car batteries are in?
Sure, I'll go grab one for you. Here's your battery. It might be expired, but oh well. Also, the brand isn't that great, but it should work for at least a year or two, maybe. Anyways, I went ahead and charged you for it, and here's the battery. Okay, have a great day.
What just happened?
Sometimes good things are hard to find, but they're worth the wait. Make the trip out to Interstate All Battery Center at 2504 North Madison Avenue and get all of your battery needs taken care of by the trusted professionals. Give them a call today at 355-4855. Flowers equals smiles equals happiness. Think love with flowers. The Blossom Basket Florist can put a smile on everyone's face with a beautiful spring floral creation. Let their flowers make you a hero. Flowers are always affordable for all occasions, from simple to simply magnificent. Visit them online at blossombasket.com or come into their store at 1002 North Cunningham Avenue in Urbana.
The Blossom Basket Florist, the florist you pick.
There's one name you need to know in car repair in the Central Illinois area, and that's John Marshall. John is the owner of PDR Automotive in Urbana and makes it his mission to know that your car will start when you come to pick it up. John strives for a repair in the most efficient time possible and is the right person to take care of your car. From tires to engine to electrical to the simple oil change. Trust in John at PDR. 1008 North Cunningham in Urbana. John's team will take care of you like family.
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
Illinois football is back. Shop at Game Day Spirit this fall and gear up to support your Fighting Illini football team. With great football designs and brand new apparel from top brands, they're the one-stop shop to get everything you need this football season. Shop with them at the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign, 6th and Green in Campustown, and online 24/7 at GameDaySpirit.com. Game Day Spirit, where Illini fans shop.
The Weekend Warrior, the two-day handyman. You're going to tear up the basement. You're going to clean out the garage. Where are you going to put all of that junk? Let Bulldog Disposal take care of it for you. With dumpsters, 10, 20, and 30-yard containers, and more available, they can handle your residential, commercial, industrial, or construction project. For more information on what they can provide for you, call 217-841-2629.
Hey, Illini fans, it's Mike Greenberg, Cats Lon, Tay, and Derek Piper. Weekdays from 4 to 6, right here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The NBA suspended Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Mercury owner Robert Sarver for 1 year and fined him $10 million after a league investigation found his conduct clearly violated workplace standards because of racially insensitive and demeaning language and behavior. Sarver, in a statement, apologized, said he took full responsibility for what he's done. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said on 105.3 The Fan they won't put quarterback Dak Prescott on injured reserve and that he's got a real chance to be back in 4 games after thumb surgery. Added the initial 6 to 8 week timetable changed after surgery. Jones's comments are not at all helpful, believes ESPN's Dominique Foxworth.
You don't want to create a paradigm where the expectation is that you come back from a broken thumb on your finger, and that's what they're doing. You don't want to do that to a quarterback, player, and a person that you supposedly care about and you need for the long term, particularly when the risk reward seems like the reward isn't even there. If they're being honest with themselves, they don't have a Super Bowl winning roster.
Dominique Foxworth on Greeny. Steelers linebacker TJ Watt does not need surgery on his torn pectoral muscle. He's now expected to miss about 6 weeks, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If Saquon stays healthy, here comes an outrageous prediction. Ready? He could have 2,500 all-purpose yards this season.
This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Oh, man. It makes me sad to play this now. Summertime's over.
It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Isn't Labor Day the official end of the summer, right?
Well, I know I can't wear white anymore, so, yeah.
I don't think you ever could wear white, big fella.
Probably not.
It's not very flattering
I
for
could,
you.
probably around 1987.
Okay. So no time in the last 30 years. Is what you're saying.
No.
Yeah.
White is not flattering to the large man.
No.
The only time it helps.
They're not gonna invite you to Michael Rubin's all-white party out in Long Island.
No, but that's not the reason why. The only time white helps a big man is when it's really hot outside and if you got to like wear a suit every day. The white button-down shirt or the white shirt does not show the sweat nearly as much.
The white button-down shirt doesn't show the
if
sweat?
you're wearing a white shirt as opposed to a darker colored shirt, you're going to see all those sweat stains everywhere.
Yeah.
You wear the white shirt, not as visible.
Okay.
These are the things you're going to learn.
But if it rains in the summertime...
Well, then you're screwed.
Exactly.
I'll take that risk as opposed to we're not living in Miami. I'll take that risk and deal with the 95-degree temperatures, and maybe I'll look a little bit better and a little more presentable to somebody.
Or how about you just don't get caught outside in 95-degree heat as a 300-pound plus man?
Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes.
Listen, ever since I retired from playing in the National Football League, I always have a choice.
Canty Carlin, ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. So here's the deal. We have an opportunity to take a look at some quarterbacks, some coaches, some teams around the league, and decide if we want to buy, sell, or hold the stock of the particular individual in question. Are we ready to do it? Evan?
Well, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready, big fella.
I always need to get ready.
That was my cue for Evan Wilner.
Yep,
Okay.
and I am never ready. So here we go. Buy,
Well,
sell,
you're a Jets fan, so
hold.
that's not surprising.
Oh.
Wow.
They
right.
apparently weren't ready for the Ravens on Sunday.
Are we buy, selling, or holding the quarterback the Jets probably should have drafted in Trey Lance? Buy, sell, hold, Canty.
I'm buying it. I'm buying all the stock in Trey Lance because I can get it cheap right now. Everybody's jumping off of the Trey Lance bandwagon. And look, I get it. He was a far cry from a guy that looks like he could be a legitimate MVP candidate. But he played the game on Sunday in a monsoon. It was an absolute swamp in Soldier Field. And that's all you need to have happen to give a little bit of hesitance, a little bit of doubt in a young quarterback's mind. Do I think Trey Lance will hit some of the throws that he missed on Sunday? Absolutely. Do I think he's going to eyeball his receivers like he did on Sunday that led to the Eddie Jackson pick? No, I don't. Trey Lance will be markedly better in week 2 than he was in week 1, and I think he's only going to improve from there on out. So everybody just pump the brakes on Trey Lance being a problem and Jimmy Garoppolo needing to save the day, because guess what? Trey Lance is the future. That's why they invested 3 first-round draft picks in the guy while they still had Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, be careful. He's running into the Geno Smith train this week.
Okay.
Settle down.
All right.
I'm going to hold. And I'm with Chris. I believe the talent is there. I just don't know that we're going to see it as soon as he thinks that we will. I'm a little more hesitant just because I think he needs to play a lot more. And I also know that we are probably going to reach a point, probably around week 5 or 6, where the question's going to be asked, can we keep playing him and still expect to win this year? And so if that's the case right now, I'm holding. I'm not bailing. I'm holding.
Okay.
You mentioned the Jets. All right, Robert Saleh, buy, selling, or holding stock in the Jets head coach?
Ooh.
You know, it was a bad moment that he had yesterday. It was a bad moment. And I hate to sound like I'm playing it halfway. I'm going to hold, but it's not good, bro. Honestly, you have to know better. And if you ever wanted to know exactly what a Jet fan feels today, listen to what Graney said earlier today, because it was off the charts. He went off on Saleh and what he had to say in terms of, you know, taking receipts on everybody that is bailing on them right now. So I'm not going to get too wrapped up in burying him, but I also would say you made a big mistake there, brother. You made a big mistake.
Big fella, I think I got to sell on this one. And I hate to do it because you're only talking about him being in his second year, but a big part of why the Jets are going to struggle early on in this season, schedule first and foremost, but also not having Zach Wilson. And I mean, let's be honest, Joe Flacco, Mike White, them dudes ain't the answer. And so when your head coach is coming out saying those things about taking receipts, about people that are naysayers, and that coupled with the fact that he had the whole Rex Ryan fiasco last year, it just doesn't strike me as a guy that understands what being a head coach in the tri-state market is all about. And so it just feels like at a lot of times he needs to focus on trying to put his team in position to win football games and not worry about things that are being said in the outside world. There are certain things, big fella, that you can keep in the chamber. You don't need to let everybody else know that you're petty and you're keeping receipts. Let your play do your talking for you.
Yep.
Agreed. Last one. Guy who let his play do his talking for him this past weekend is Tua. Are we buying, selling, or holding stock in Tua Tagovailoa?
Sell. I'm out. And I know what happened the other day. It wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad.
No.
Nothing that I saw made me think, yep. And I know what the numbers are. You don't have to point them out. Everybody out there, Dolphin Nation, who's been a little bit disappointed with me lately for my takes on the Tua situation. But no, I've been out on Tua for a while, so I'm not all of a sudden going to try to jump back in.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm selling on Tua. I don't believe in him being a long-term answer at the quarterback spot, even though he had a nice outing against the Patriots defense yesterday. That was a secondary that lost J.C. Jackson this offseason, and they've got a lot of moving parts on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm going to sell on Tua Tagovailoa.
That's it? That's it. That's buy, sell, or hold. You know what I love?
What's that?
When we have new segments. And we have a new segment coming up.
Okay.
And this is inspired by something that you said to me, I believe, probably about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
The segment is entitled, Don't Be a Dumbass. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio. The Cowboys aren't making any breaking moves when it comes to the quarterback position. Breaking Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
So DraftKings Sportsbook asked me, Kevin Hart, actor, comedian, comedic rock star, and lifelong Eagles fan, Go Birds, to fill you in on their latest offer. New customers can now bet $5 on the NFL and get 200 in free bets instantly. Hold up, wait a minute. Not only do I get 200 win or lose, but I get Come on, DraftKings. You're not going to make me work for it? Sweat it out for at least a minute? Feel some extra bumps in my chest while the game's going on? You're crazy, DraftKings. Crazy.
Get action you can count on at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now. Use promo code CANTY. Bet $5 on any NFL team and get 200 in free bets instantly. That's promo code CANTY at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as $25 free bets.
Loud and clear, better, good vibes. Good vibes.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Luke Goody, your favorite guard.
You know, Luke, you're the go-to guy when we need that corner three.
And I know Good Vibes is the go-to place when you want a great TV.
That's right, Luke. Our mission is to make your shows and games look and sound live.
Sounds simple, but you have to really put in the work to be good at anything.
You got that right. I can tell by your defense, hundreds of hours of serious practice are behind it.
I guess in 50 years, Good Vibes has a few hundred hours getting good at-home entertainment as well.
Lots of practice, a talented team, and the best equipment, like LG OLED TVs.
Same here. My teammates, the gym, and the coaches all make me and my game better.
But you have to want to be the best. That comes from inside and can't be taught. I think you, me, and LG have that in common. I can't wait to watch you on the court this fall.
Yachty, Albert, and Waino. All season long, we've been celebrating these iconic Cardinals legends. The Legends Bobblehead Series begins on Sunday, September 18th. That day, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home an Albert Pujols bobblehead. Salute Albert's return to St. Louis with this unique bobble that connects with separate Yachty and Waino bobbles given out during the final regular season weekend. For tickets, visit Cardinals.com/promotions.
If you're looking for a space for special events, Homegrown Restaurant is now booking. Catering events, banquets, weddings, holiday parties, taking your reservations now. Homegrown is a farm-to-table restaurant at the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois that has plenty of terrific space for that special day with incredible photo opportunities around the golf course. And they can seat up to 200 in their beautiful banquet room. So call Homegrown today, open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. right off Route 130 and Windsor Road in Urbana. Open at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday for brunch. For more, visit eatathome.com.
You have the ideas, the tenacity, and the follow-through. Busey Bank's experts are here to help with the capital. With deep knowledge and trusted guidance, Busey will help you prepare a comprehensive financial business plan that boosts your livelihood and keeps your business successful for years to come. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance wants to protect your dreams. So whether you're at home singing in the shower,
Every note,
or prefer singing your heart out in the car like Drew,
cruising.
you can save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Carl works every day to improve the health of community members across the region, and it would not be possible without team members like Dwayne Linton, a nationally certified nurse in the emergency department at Carl Foundation Hospital.
I work with a team of people who really care about what they do and are very flexible and adaptive in rapidly changing critical situations, and I would trust any of them at any time.
If you're looking for an opportunity to serve your community like Dwayne in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
This is Gina from ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. If you're looking for a top-of-the-line air conditioner, think Amana. We carry all sizes and offer expert installation. ABC Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned, and we've been in business for 50 years. And for 50 years, the only brand we've sold is Amana. So go with a company that is local, dependable, and will be there for you no matter what time of day or night. ABC. Always be comfortable. Let us install your new Amana air conditioner. Visit www.abcheatingandac.com.
Hey, Illini fans, it's Max Kellerman. Catch Lon Tay and Derek Piper weekdays from 4 to 6 right here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
This I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to this. It's a new segment. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. Chris?
You just glossed over the rejoin music, too. The brilliance of Ryan Matlack.
You're right, I did.
You did.
I did.
You do
That's
know
terrible
the
job
instrumental
I made.
that was playing, right?
Yes. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Of course, absolutely.
Who sang that?
I have no idea.
I don't even, Ryan, who sang that? Huh? Corey Hart.
Corey Hart.
Yeah, that was more in your prime years than mine, big fella.
All right, settle down. Let's there's not.
I'm still in my 30s. I'm just saying.
You're holding on to that one.
Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Oh my gosh.
All right, let's do it. This was Canty's idea, and I love him for it. This segment, don't be a dumbass. Listen, we all make mistakes and say things we regret. Just don't be a dumpy. All right, here's the deal. Texas A&M, as we know, lost to Appalachian State the other day. And it was a horrible, horrible loss. So think back to the night before the game. The night before a big game, you're getting all pumped up, right? If you're on a college campus going to a big-time school. And Texas A&M is obviously a big-time football school. Mm-hmm. And they have midnight yell practice where they pack a good 30,000 into Kyle Field to practice what all their cheers the next day are going to be.
Okay.
Now,
that seems a little extra.
Yeah.
Like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Wilson-esque.
Like he could have been out there leading the cheers, you know? But it turns out it was a kid named Zach Cross.
Okay.
As they're playing Appalachian State. Here is Zach Cross before they were about to get started practicing all of their cheers.
Howdy, Army! Welcome back to Midnight Yell Practice. Boy, do I love to be back in Kyle Field the week after a season opening win. I had to Google this team to make sure that they were even real. I was really confused because Appalachia is definitely not a state. But sure enough, I found them, and they're located deep, and I mean deep in the backwoods. Just like you would think any hillbilly college that names themselves the Mountaineers.
And that wasn't even the beginning.
Wow.
That wasn't even it. He went on to say they can't even spell A&M or Appalachia. And that was just a couple of times that there were flat-out insults. And I think we know what happened.
Bryce takes the snap, backs up, runs out the remaining seconds of the game.
And the Mountaineers just upset the number 6 team in the country, baby!
For the first time since 2007, App State has knocked off a top 10 football team.
Hello. A Zach Scott, or Cross, whatever your name is.
Yeah.
Don't be a dumbass.
Yeah, Zach, it probably wasn't the best idea to go out there and let something like that go viral.
And here's what's even worse.
You created bulletin board material for the team that was rolling into College Station.
The best part about it, after the game, and this was on Texas A&M's website, by the way, that he was leading those cheers on YouTube.
Oh, they had to pull that down.
They did.
They had to.
They
There's no question
tried
about
to,
it.
but everybody already had it.
Yeah, you can't let something like that live. Like, you can laugh at it all you want until that's the team that hands you a hot, fresh L. Now, what I will say is this. Have you ever been to Boone, North Carolina?
I haven't. I did the Appalachian State Bowl game this past year.
Okay, so you haven't actually been to Boone.
I have not been to Boone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You're from the South. You're not from the South, but you've spent time in the
I went
South.
to high school in Charlotte.
Yes.
And Boone is not very far from Charlotte.
Okay. Any follow-up to that?
I'm just saying, it's just in terms of the sentiment that Zach Cross was expressing, not too far off there.
We have an affiliate in Boone?
Not too far. Just saying, not if you ever been, not too far off there.
The words I'm hearing are no lies told.
I'm just saying, little brother-cousin action.
Oh.
Just saying.
But here's the thing. Maybe don't say it in front of 35,000.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's the point. Just because something is true doesn't mean you have to go out there and say it.
Mr. Canty, what is your don't be a dumbass?
Oh.
Your don't be a dumbass?
Don't be a dumbass moment. I guess it has to be Nathaniel Hackett, right? Mm-hmm. It absolutely has to be. Like, when you're giving the post-game press conference and you say before the kick on 4th and 5 that you took a sack the play before when it was actually a 10-yard pass play from Javonte Williams, I'm just saying you probably shouldn't go that route. Let's take a listen.
4th and 6, for me, during that time, we had been just moving it slightly. They weren't moving it with big chunks. I think we had just given up a sack right before that, so wanted to be sure that we took a chance when we had a chance, and I felt confident in him.
Yeah, there was no sack.
There was no sack, Coach. Not sure if you were watching the game. Maybe you were buried in your play sheet. It wasn't a sack. It was actually a positive play. It was actually a positive play. You actually gained yards.
He was too busy watching the clock.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't be a dumbass, Coach. I mean, here's the thing.
You know what?
It makes you look bad to the media and to the fans, but you know who it really makes you look bad to? The actual players that you're coaching.
Yeah.
We got a coach that got the best seat in the house and ain't even watching the damn game.
Maybe it was like the Mike McCarthy thing where he couldn't see the clock.
Oh, he couldn't see the clock?
Maybe that was it.
Couldn't see the clock?
Could have used that. Man, that would have been a better excuse.
There is no excuse, though. I mean, players, listen, you understand and you accept the fact that the guy that you're going up against every Sunday might be better than you. You understand that. Doesn't stop you from trying to do your job. You get that. The one thing that you can't compete against or you can't fight is your head coach. Coach, I'm going to need for you to know what's going on. I'm going to need for you to know the situation in order to put me in the best position in order to help our team win. And it was clear that Nathaniel Hackett didn't do that at the end of the game. It was clear in his post-game press conference when he thought his team took a sack before the fourth down where they kicked the field goal.
It's a bad tone setter. Let's put it that way. And if you're a player on that team looking at your coach, knowing he just cost you a game, there's some repairing to do.
You'd never knowingly feed your dog sawdust, but it's one of the most common fillers found in dog food today. Even the ones labeled healthy can contain powdered cellulose, otherwise known as wood pulp.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. Your dog needs a biologically appropriate diet. That's why I developed Nature's Blend, a freeze-dried raw food, premium cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
This is my dog Cleo. She's a 10-year-old Chihuahua. Before we started Dr. Marty's food, she was really not spunky, a lot of digestion problems, joint pain.
Nature's Blend is made in North America and is pantry safe.
Now she acts like a little puppy. She's running around.
For a limited time, save 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free pack of premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/playful or text playful to 511-511.
I guarantee it with a 100% 90-day return of your purchase price.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to one additional text. Text stop to opt out.
Loud and clearly better. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Luke Goody, your favorite guard.
You know, Luke, you're the go-to guy when we need that corner three.
And I know Good Vibes is the go-to place when you want a great TV.
That's right, Luke. Our mission is to make your shows and games look and sound live.
Sounds simple, but you have to really put in the work to be good at anything.
You got that right. I can tell by your defense, hundreds of hours of serious practice are behind it.
I guess in 50 years, Good Vibes has a few hundred hours getting good at-home entertainment as well.
Lots of practice, a talented team, and the best equipment, like LG OLED TVs.
Same here. My teammates, the gym, and the coaches all make me and my game better.
But you have to want to be the best. That comes from inside and can't be taught. I think you, me, and LG have that in common. I can't wait to watch you on the court this fall.
Illinois football is back. Shop at Game Day Spirit this fall and gear up to support your Fighting Illini football team. With great football designs and brand new apparel from top brands, they're the one-stop shop to get everything you need this football season. Shop with them at the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign, 6th and Green in Campustown, and online 24/7 at GameDaySpirit.com. Game Day Spirit, where Illini fans shop.
Congratulations to Sarah Champagne. Sarah Honda has won the President's Award. This is an award recognizing the best Honda dealerships in America. Sarah Honda has achieved excellence in sales, service, and customer satisfaction. When you go into Sarah Champagne, you'll see what winning the Honda President's Award means with their outstanding focus on you. Visit Sarah Champagne and experience excellence with not only Honda, but GMC, Buick, BMW, and Subaru. Sarah Champagne, off Neal at Burwash in Savoy.
Let's go Blues. On Friday, September 16th, the Cardinals host the Reds, and that night, 25,000 fans, 16 and older, will take home a Cardinals hockey sweater, courtesy of Bally Sports Midwest. Now you can look like the pros on the ice and on the field. That's Friday, September 16th. Celebrate the kickoff to hockey season at the ballpark. For tickets or more information, visit cardinals.com/promotions.
If you're a truck driver or know a truck driver, listen to this. Gale Frericks Trucking is looking for regional drivers who can also help with the harvest. Help with the harvest, drive in the Midwest, and always be home on weekends. Gale Frericks Trucking is hiring a regional driver who can help with the harvest and offers great pay and great benefits. Work for a local company who values your time and your family. Gale Frericks Trucking wants to talk to you. Just email Dixie at gftlog.com. That's Dixie at gftlog.com.
If you want a steak, I mean a steak, prepared the way you want it, you've got to go to Long Branch Steakhouse. Hi, it's Jay Lehman. It's been over a year since I was introduced to Donnie at the Long Branch Steakhouse in Gifford. And when I want a great steak, that's where I go. And the sides, the Brussels sprouts, the mac and cheese, and the salad with Donnie's secret frog dressing. Long Branch Steakhouse in downtown Gifford. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 9 p.m. there's always room for the Long Branch Steakhouse.
Flowers equals smiles equals happiness. Think love with flowers. The Blossom Basket florist can put a smile on everyone's face with a beautiful spring floral creation. Let their flowers make you a hero. Flowers are always affordable for all occasions, from simple to simply magnificent. Visit them online at blossombasket.com or come into their store at 1002 North Cunningham Avenue in Urbana.
The Blossom Basket florist. The florist you pick.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Mercury owner Robert Sarver suspended for 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA after a league investigation found his conduct clearly violated workplace standards because of racially insensitive and demeaning language and behavior. Sarver, in a statement, apologized and said he took full responsibility for what he's done. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas they will not put quarterback Dak Prescott on injured reserve, said the initial 6 to 8 week timetable changed after Prescott's thumb surgery. Considering the litany of issues the Cowboys do have, it doesn't matter actually when Dak returns, believes our Bart Scott.
You think in 4 weeks he's going to come to save the day? Even if he comes back in 4 weeks, he's not going to save the day. They can put a wrap on it, do whatever they want. It's going to alter the way he throws the football. They need to try and figure out how to get somebody back there that can maybe help them out.
Art Scott of Barton Hahn. Sources tell ESPN's Adam Schefter doctors determined that Steelers star edge rusher T.J. Watt does not need surgery on his torn pectoral. He's now expected to miss about 6 weeks.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
If you having take problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but Chris ain't one. Hit me.
Now, from the ESPN studios in New York City, this is Canty and Carlin on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus.
Russell Wilson, the Broncos come in here and come up a point short. Not a happier man right now in America than Pete Carroll. Now what Russell had in mind and what Geno Smith, I'm sure, was dreaming about.
Geno sidesteps it. Geno keeps moving. Geno throws. Wide open Gibson. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Seahawks!
From 64, McManus missed it. And the Seahawks are going to win this game.
They went with McManus, and that was the decision then that Hackett made, that he trusted McManus's leg more than he trusted Russell Wilson.
You can't forget the 12th man.
It's great to come out and get a win in front of our fans. They were electric tonight. They showed up all night. We got to get back to work, though, man. That's all we got to do.
As dumb of a decision as you can make in your debut as a head coach, Nathaniel Hackett made it last night. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. That, your Dr. Pepper Nation call-in line, my friends. And look, Nathaniel Hackett last night was a hack. And he can't, apparently he can't hack it. No. Did I just do that?
You just did that.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
a little Russell Wilson-esque.
It really, like Russ should have made that joke after the game.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I almost respect Russ a little more if he made that joke after the
Well,
game.
certainly more than him making the decision to wear that powder blue prom tuxedo to the stadium last night.
That thing was awful, and he had to sit there after the game and answer questions about losing in his return to Seattle because of it. And look, that was not the reason that the Seahawks lost the game.
No, they lost because they were 0 for 4 in the red zone. They had to settle for, 2 field goals? And they had back-to-back trips in the red zone late in the third quarter that resulted in 0 points. They were inside their own 5-yard line, and it ends up being 2 fumbles, one by Melvin Gordon on 4th down, right at the goal line, and then one by Javonte Williams, who was hit 3 yards into the backfield because Al Woods shoved their right guard Glasgow right into his lap. So, I mean, those are things that just can't happen. And, Carlin, this is not hindsight. This is something that I tweeted out last night. during the game in that moment. I said the Denver Broncos deserve to lose off of that alone.
Yeah.
Because their defense gave them a chance, right? After you have the turnover by Melvin Gordon at the goal line, what happened next? The Seattle Seahawks got the ball to DK Metcalf, and Randy Gregory was able to force a fumble. You got the ball back in plus territory, drove it down inside the 5. You've got to cash in right there. Yep. You've got to find a way to get points, even if it's just a field goal, Carlin. But the fact that you weren't able to do that, the fact that you were 0 for 4 is what led the door open for Geno Smith. Yes, that Geno Smith from the New York Jets fame to be able to beat Russell Wilson head-to-head in his return to Seattle.
0 for 4 is inexcusable. Inexcusable. Now,
you can't win in the National Football League like that.
Now, having said that, it was very clear that Nathaniel Hackett had made up his mind prior to the third down play on 3rd and 10, and he gets a 5-yard pass to Javonte Williams with a little over a minute left, and they let the clock run, and there was never even Russ looking around, what are we doing? There was it may have looked a little scattered, but it didn't have the moment of why aren't we calling timeout? Mm-hmm. It was, this is what we're going to do. When we get to X yard line, we're kicking with Brandon. Yeah. And that's why they let the clock run all the way down to 20 seconds, because they wanted to leave the Seahawks, after McManus made the kick, with as little time as possible. Now,
yeah, but here's the thing with that logic, Carlin. Never mind the fact that Brandon McManus hasn't hit a field goal beyond 55 yards outside or away from Mile High Stadium in 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years, Carlin. It's been 6 years since he's made a kick like the one that Nathaniel Hackett asked him to make last night. So if you're the head coach with that information, wouldn't you think, hey, it's 4th and 5. We just paid Russell Wilson $250 million. Why don't we give him an opportunity to try to move this thing a little bit closer and make it an easier try for McManus to win the game?
Well, Chris, here's the more damning numbers. In 60 years, there have been 41 kicks that have been tried from 64 yards or more.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them made.
Dear God.
That's 4%.
Dear God.
Secondly, since the beginning of last year, on 4th and 5, teams have converted that 48% of the time. So after the game, Nathaniel Hackett is saying, that was our decision. That's what we were going to do after I think there was a sack on 3rd down, which there was not. But today, he had a bit of a change of tune.
Looking back at it, we definitely should have gone for it. One of those things, you look back at it and you say, of course we should go for it. We missed the field goal. But in that situation, we had a plan. We had a plan. We knew that 46 was the mark. We were 3rd and 15, I think, 3rd and 13. I'm more upset about that play before it, to lose yards. Getting that there would have definitely been better to be able to call that same play and get extra yards. But he dumps it out to Javonte. Javonte makes a move. Goes a lot farther than I think we had anticipated. We were expecting to go for it on 4th down, and then you hit the mark. 46-yard line was where we wanted to be, and we got there. So we had to make the decision if we wanted to give it to Brandon, and we did. Didn't work. Sucks, but, hey, that's part of it.
Carlin, I say this all the time. A plan that can't change is a bad plan.
Yep.
And to your point, it's clear. He's just laid it out that he had already made up in his mind that they were going to kick the field goal, which is why he didn't take the timeout when he had a minute left on the clock.
What I really don't like is 2 things. He treated that like it was a 42-yard field goal. We're going to run this down, and it won't be a question that we're going to make this kick.
Yeah.
Or you could say he treated it as if Drew Lock was still his quarterback, as opposed to Russell Wilson being his quarterback.
Carlin, here's the crazy thing.
Not that he ever had Drew Lock.
If that ball is 7 yards closer, nobody is second-guessing that decision.
No, absolutely not.
Nobody is second-guessing it.
Nope.
It's not. It's absolutely the right call to kick the field goal. But you're at the 46-yard line, Carlin. The 46-yard tackle on 17.5 yards. It's a 64-yard try. No, we're not kicking a field goal, 64-yard field goal, especially when we got a minute left on the clock. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's try to convert in this situation. We got a quarterback who's one of the best in the history of the NFL with fourth-quarter comebacks. Let's give him a chance to be able to move this thing a little bit closer. That's what we're paying him for. Otherwise, why the hell did we trade all those draft picks for Russell Wilson? Why did we give him all of that money if you're not going to trust him in that situation? You have a much better chance based on the numbers that you laid out and the statistics that we've seen across the National Football League of letting Russ cook rather than making Russ watch.
8 more yards. 8 more yards. And it's unconscionable to me to not let that guy be the guy that you live or die with in the moment. It's unconscionable. And here's my further problem now. If I'm in the Denver Bronco locker room, I look at that head coach. Do I have faith that he's making the right decisions right off the bat? I'm not bailing on him because it's one game, but I have to say I'm raising an eyebrow.
Well, you lost to an inferior team in your regular season opener. So, I mean, all of the things that he's been reinforcing, the messaging that's been coming out since he took over the job in OTAs, minicamp, training camp, all of those players are starting to question those things in quiet corners in the locker room. That happens, Carlin.
Yeah.
Whether guys are going to admit to it or not, that actually happens. And so there could potentially be a credibility issue with Nathaniel Hackett moving forward if things don't get turned around in a hurry. Because you shouldn't lose to the Seattle Seahawks, who are quarterbacked by Geno Smith. That just shouldn't happen.
Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus. Massively good news for one team and their superstar player feared to be lost for a while. Plus, we actually may have gotten the answer on Tom Brady. Where we got it? Elle Magazine. What? We'll explain. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If I really had to choose, I'm taking Joe Burrow. If you already have Mahomes, everyone. I want Joe Burrow.
Go, man.
Everyone.
I want Joe Burrow.
This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Okay, everyone gather around. I have some exciting...
Running her shoe factory, Kendra talks the talk and walks the walk.
We're switching to green energy.
She needs a biotech consultant to erase her carbon footprint.
All operations will net zero emissions.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm your kid's college football dreams. We practice our Hail Marys in the backyard, and through the garage, and on your car. And if you don't have the right coverage, these repairs will have you hoping for a miracle. So bundle your home and auto with Allstate to save money and get protected from mayhem like me.
Bundled savings vary by state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands, owner of Lands Inc. Your heating and cooling system works hard for you all year long to keep you and your family comfortable. That's why it's important to have it maintained and serviced regularly. Our techs are ready to help you with all your indoor air quality, humidity, and filtration needs. Visit landsinc.com today for specials on a brand new train system for your home and to see for yourself why it's hard to stop a train. At Lands Inc., our commitment is to you, the customer. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Long's Garage in Urbana and Jasper Engines and Transmissions offer cost-effective solutions to your present engine or transmissions trouble. Avoid a costly new car purchase or high lease payments by putting new life into your present vehicle. Let Long's Garage install a Jasper remanufactured engine or transmission with a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty and available premium service plan. Call Long's Garage at 367-3942. Long's Garage, 217-367-3942.
Like most banks, we offer an app that lets you do pretty much everything you need from your pocket. But at Iroquois Federal, we believe great banking is less about the app you tap and more about what you tap into. And for us, that's a hometown bank where decisions are made locally by the same folks you'll bump into on the bleachers at the next big game, providing the hometown touch that's made us part of the community for nearly 140 years. Iroquois Federal. Still friendly, still local, still here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Carpet Weavers is flooring their customers. They work with the biggest brands to bring you the best selections and prices on hardwood, luxury tile, carpet, and more. Stop in at 616 West Market View Drive in Champaign and let one of their sales associates help you find the perfect flooring for your lifestyle. Their 100% satisfaction guarantee allows you to be confident in your purchase. Carpet Weavers has been flooring people with beautiful carpet and flooring since 1988. In fact, they're nationally ranked as one of the top 25 specialty flooring stores in the country. Find out more online at carpetweaversflooring.com.
PDR Automotive in Urbana is a locally owned repair shop, and they've now serviced over 250,000 vehicles in their near 50-year history. Now, that's more than 4 times the size of a sold-out Memorial Stadium. It's more than all Division I athletes in the country combined. That's more than the entire population of Champaign County. That's more than, well, you get the idea. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hey, Illini fans, Jets Pizza is hiring both full and part-time team members. If you enjoy people and you're looking for a fast-paced, high-energy job, then Jets is the place for you. Need some extra cash? Starting pay is $12 an hour, and there's potential for promotion based on attitude and performance, and you'll get a good employee discount. The hardest part of the job is being around that amazing aroma of the homemade pizza sauce. Drive for Jets. Be a part of the Jets family today. Apply online at jetspizza.com. Jets Pizza, better because it has to be.
Mom, she won't stop touching me. Broccoli stinks.
Guys, no phones at the table.
Family dinner time? Not easy. But you know what is easy? OSF On-Call Urgent Care. When you need convenient, affordable care for minor illnesses and injuries, you need OSF On-Call Urgent Care. Be seen in person or connect 24/7 online when and where you need it. Learn more at osfoncall.org/urgent care.
Illinois football is back. Shop at Game Day Spirit this fall and gear up to support your Fighting Illini football team. With great football designs and brand new apparel from top brands, they're the one-stop shop to get everything you need this football season. Shop with them at the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign, 6th and Green in Campustown, and online 24/7 at GameDaySpirit.com. Game Day Spirit, where Illini fans shop.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Wow, you couldn't ask for better news than the Pittsburgh Steelers got earlier today. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus. Doctors determined today TJ Watt does not need surgery on his torn pec, and he's now expected to miss about 6 weeks. That came from Adam Schefter. Here is Mike Tomlin this afternoon with the update.
From a health perspective, man, I'll start with Watt. I know there's been a lot of speculation about that. Let me say this, man, we're probably in a lot better place than we were after the game, and usually that's the case, and that's why I don't always say too much after a game, even though there might be speculation out there. I can definitively say that TJ won't play this week, but I won't make any commitments beyond that. We're encouraged, and we'll just continue to look at the situation and gain opinions and do what's appropriate. You know, we're going to do what's appropriate, as we always do, whether it's him or others, from a health perspective.
So if he's going to miss 4 weeks, they have until 4 p.m. on Saturday to put him on IR.
Yeah.
You would think they probably would, because it doesn't sound like 4 weeks is realistic. And I don't know if it's worth it with a guy like that to rush. Now, let me leave this to you, because you've had this injury.
Yeah.
4 weeks with a non-tear away from it, is that, I don't know, is that reasonable or not?
No, it's not reasonable. Listen, man, you're talking about a guy that plays on the line of scrimmage. He's an outside linebacker. The push and pull, the strain that he's going to have to put on that thing, it's probably not in his best interest to bring him back after a month. This is going to take, 6, 7, 8 weeks, and I think that's the most optimistic timeline that you can have for TJ Watt. But let me just say this. With the injury, he tore the pec muscle. He didn't tear the pec tendon, which is why they think this is something that he might be able to play through for the rest of the season. Now, this has got to be one tough hombre to even consider this, and TJ Watt has shown himself to be that, especially over the last couple of years. So I'm not going to doubt him, but the question now becomes, what version of TJ Watt are you going to get? Yeah. How effective is this guy going to be with this kind of injury? Because he is the identity of that defense, and that defense is how this team has to win football games given their quarterback situation and offensive line play. So that becomes the big thing. Like, they're going to make the push to bring TJ Watt back, and I'm not saying they're wrong for doing it, but I just got to caution everybody that it might not be the same TJ Watt that we saw on Sunday, the guy that had a sack and an interception and 3 tackles for loss. It might not be that guy. But the other good sign for the Pittsburgh Steelers is the outside linebacker opposite of him, Alex Highsmith, had a whale of a game. You're talking about a guy that had 3 sacks.
Yep.
And you still got Cam Hayward, and you still got Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Okay, but that's my question next, okay? Especially with Fitzpatrick and Hayward. Highsmith, like, that's the first time we've seen the breakout type game.
Yeah. But they're high on Highsmith.
I know they are.
Yeah.
And they drafted him relatively high out of Charlotte.
Yeah.
But with Fitzpatrick, with the amount of money that they have invested in that defense, even outside of Watt, should they be able to survive this and still rely on that defense to be a winning component when you have the issues at quarterback that you do with Mitch Trubisky?
Well, the defense has to win today, but I think the offense, again, has to complement what the strength of the team is. And that means they got to get Najee Harris in that running game going.
Yeah.
That has to happen, Carlin. Because you can't...
He, by the way, is apparently okay and is going to be good to go this week.
Yeah, you can't depend on Mitch Trubisky to be able to make those handful of plays consistently week in, week out, especially against some of the better defenses in the National Football League. So it's going to have to be Najee Harris and then Mitch Trubisky not messing things up. But here's the thing, Carlin. Your offense is going to have to be able to sustain drives. They only had 13 first downs. And what was that, Carlin? 70 minutes of football?
Yeah.
Think about that. 13 first downs in 70 minutes of football. They had 64 yards of total offense in the second half of that game. Your offense is going to have to be better. And that means you're going to have to get better quarterback play. And I'm not quite sure that Trubisky is going to be even capable of that.
Here's the other thing.
You're also not going to get 5 turnovers from the opposing team every single week either.
In a game that the Dolphins won 20-7 this past week against New England, Patriots only give up 65 yards rushing on 23 carries. And that's what Pittsburgh's got next on Sunday. If they're going to run the football, again, offensive line, despite what Harris did the other day, still somewhat suspect. Be careful here. You know, in this spot, like that O-line has got to find its way to really muscle up if that's going to become their identity here.
Well, listen, it took 5 turnovers and a last-second field goal at the end of overtime in order to get a win. That's what it took for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's how putrid that offense is. Now, they got the receivers that can make it happen. Do they have the quarterback that can consistently get it to him? Do they have the offensive line that can hold up in pass protection? Also an offensive line that can create some lanes for the running back.
Here's the other thing, too. When it comes to Kenny Pickett versus everybody else, and I say this about Lance because he did not play a lot in college.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett played 51 games in college.
6 years.
He's 24.
He was at Pitt 6 years.
He's 24 years old. Chris, like, that kind of guy is more likely to come in and have some success right away. I don't know what his grasp is of the playbook or any of that. But when you have that much experience behind you, better chance you can be successful early. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus. Now, I got this. So we've been talking about Brady. We heard him last night on his podcast, the Let's Go podcast with Emmy award-winning reporter Jim Gray. I don't know if he won an Emmy, but certainly he would tell us he did. Here is Brady on exactly how he's feeling at 45 years old.
Just really feeling intensely my emotions, and I always have that, but I think when you get close to the end, and I don't know exactly where I'm at with that, but there's no decision to be made. I know, it's not like I have 10 years left. I definitely don't have that. So all these I just am never going to take for granted. It's a love that Kobe had for basketball, that Michael Jordan had for it, that Tiger Woods had for golf, that so many athletes have for the sport. And the question is, how long are you willing to commit with discipline to doing the right things to allow those things to take place over a period of time? And that's what guys' careers are judged on.
So this is my issue with Tom. I think the overall feeling right now is, did I do the right thing in coming back, as opposed to the feeling he had a couple of months ago, did I do the right thing in retiring? So here is Giselle weighing in. Now, keep in mind, this is from an Elle magazine article, which of course, I'm locked in on. But these comments were prior to any of the whispers about any sort of issue between Tom and Giselle. Obviously, I have my concerns. This is a very violent sport, and I have my children, and I would like him to be more present. I have definitely had those conversations with him over and over again. But ultimately, I feel that everybody has to make a decision that works for them. He needs to follow his joy, too. She also believes that the characterization of her wanting him to quit is sexist. I think this is the system we're living in. That's what society has accepted and what society hasn't accepted. Look, whatever it is right now, Tom Brady is a conflicted individual to me. That's what it looks like. When I hear his words, he sounds like I came back and, man, this is such a massive commitment I have to make, but I have made it. And so I'm going to do it. But I'm going to keep talking about it because it's something that I'm thinking about a lot.
Well, here's why he's talking about it, Carlin, because he realizes that commitment is going to cost him something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And based on what we've heard and how Giselle has expressed concerns over the past years about him walking away from the game and about his overall health and the effect of hits to the head and being there for the family, you just wonder, at what point does that spill over into the family dynamic and the personal relationship that he has with his wife? Mm-hmm. And it sounds like it's Tom Brady being introspective about all of those things while also facing the realities of playing in the National Football League at 45 years old. Because there are things you have to do at 45 years old that you didn't have to do when you were 25 years old. And just that overall commitment to your body and being physically prepared takes you away from any other interest that you might have. It takes you away from any other time that you might have to spend with your loved ones, to spend with family and friends. So I get why Tom Brady would be having that push and pull internally with himself about the decision to play versus the decision to step away. But I will say this, Carlin, ultimately, if it's still in your heart to play and you can still play, then go ahead and play. Because you never want to live with the pain of regret, thinking that you had more good years in you.
Catch it, Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus on your smart speaker as well. Friends, in just moments, you like to have some good bets, you like to have some bad bets. Now, granted, we're going to have your play of the day in a little bit, too, in about 20 minutes. I should have taken into account that there was a Hackett in the mix last night, and I did not. And, boy, did we get the hatchet job on that deal on our little parlay last night. Normally, I will own up to it, but to me, I don't know how you can pin that one on me. Other than the fact I should have realized, wait, it's a Hackett. There's a chance something could go wrong. But is it a good bet or a bad bet? After week one, there have been a lot of moves in some odds around the range for particular teams. We'll tell you what's a good bet and what's a bad bet. Make you some money. Next, ESPN Radio.
Disney Plus is back in action with exciting new premieres like Disney's Pinocchio, Pixar's Cars on the Road, Rusty is a personal favorite of mine, Marvel's Thor, Love and Thunder, Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return, National Geographic's Epic Adventures of Birdie Gregory, and a new short from The Simpsons, Welcome to the Club. Plus, new episodes and specials like Marvel's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and Dancing with the Stars, the pros' most memorable dances. And this month only, get 1 month of Disney Plus for just $1.99. Offer available now until September 19th, so you got to hurry up. Then it jumps up to $7.99 a month. All these and more now streaming.
Go nuts. Wednesday on Bart and Hahn, we'll turn the page on the NFL's first week and start looking ahead to week 2. We'll tell you which teams are already in crisis mode. That's Bart and Hahn, 12 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business-backed taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
It's the most enchanting time of year. Pumpkins, gourds, and mums appear. And you can get it all this fall at Prairie Gardens. Create your dream garden with an explosion of color with the prettiest mums around. All on sale. And you'll love the fresh cabbage, kale, and pansies. Plus a bounty of pumpkins and gourds aplenty. With PG plant experts always on hand to answer your garden questions. At Prairie Gardens, locally owned. Plant experts, extraordinary gardening, home decor, and more.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign. Way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries open 6 days a week.
Yachty, Albert, and Waino. All season long, we've been celebrating these iconic Cardinals legends. The Legends Bobblehead Series begins on Sunday, September 18th. That day, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home an Albert Pujols bobblehead. Salute Albert's return to St. Louis with this unique bobble that connects with separate Yachty and Waino bobbles given out during the final regular season weekend. For tickets, visit cardinals.com/promotions.
If you need insurance, you gotta go to Insurance Providers Group. They can help you like they've helped me. Hi, it's Jay Lehman. Insurance Providers Group can get you a quote on all aspects of personal, business, agricultural, life, and health insurance and employee benefits. They represent many insurance companies that allow them to provide you with the most competitive rates and the best coverage. Call Kyle Lewis at 217-352-7080 or email Kyle at ipgins.com or go to the website for a quote at ipgins.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Like most banks, we offer an app that lets you do pretty much everything you need from your pocket. But at Iroquois Federal, we believe great banking is less about the app you tap and more about what you tap into. And for us, that's a hometown bank where decisions are made locally by the same folks you'll bump into on the bleachers at the next big game, providing the hometown touch that's made us part of the community for nearly 140 years. Iroquois Federal. Still friendly, still local, still here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Flowers equals smiles equals happiness. Think love with flowers. The Blossom Basket florist can put a smile on everyone's face with a beautiful spring floral creation. Let their flowers make you a hero. Flowers are always affordable for all occasions, from simple to simply magnificent. Visit them online at blossombasket.com or come into their store at 1002 North Cunningham Avenue in Urbana.
The Blossom Basket florist. The florist you pick.
Get ready. Get set. It's Thursday night football at Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Chase Brown! Touchdown, Illinois! Watch Fighting Illini football under the lights on Thursday, September 22nd, as they take on the Chattanooga Mocs. Tickets start at only $25. Secure your seats today at fightingillini.com.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Sit back and relax and take the drive with Lante and Derek Piper. Weekdays 4 to 6 right here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The NBA has suspended Phoenix Suns Mercury owner Robert Sarver for 1 year and fined him $10 million after a league investigation found his conduct clearly violated workplace standards because of racially insensitive and demeaning language and behavior. Sarver, in a statement, apologized, said he took full responsibility for what he's done. The belief of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is that quarterback Dak Prescott could return within 4 games. Told 105.3 The Fan, Prescott will not go on injured reserve following thumb surgery. Jones said the initial 6 to 8 week timetable changed after the surgery. ESPN NFL analyst Marcus Spears.
Quarterback just had a plate put in a fractured thumb.
That's right.
He's not 4 weeks away from playing quarterback in the NFL. And even if he comes back and the thumb is operating well, you still have the same issues that you had before he was injured with the thumb. Dak wasn't playing well before the thumb was hurt. And oh, by the way, they were giving up pressure.
The Steelers encouraged by news on T.J. Watt. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports the star outside linebacker doesn't need surgery on his torn pectoral, now expected to miss about 6 weeks.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote Renter's Insurance at Progressive.com.
It's rare to see significant jumps in the futures market after just 1 week, but we do have a new MVP betting favorite. Patrick Mahomes' edge just past Josh Allen is now 5-1. The Bills remain the Super Bowl favorites, but their odds did get a little shorter, from 6-1 to plus 525.
Doug Kazarian dropping a little knowledge there. Time for a little good bet, bad bet. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. Let us hit it. Evan Wilner is going to drop some bets on us, and we are going to tell you if it's a good bet, bad bet, because there have been some odds changes after week 1 in the NFL. Some of them pretty drastic. Evan Wilner, the floor is yours. Go.
All right, let's go. Patrick Mahomes leapfrog Josh Allen for NFL MVP, going from plus 750 to plus 500. So, is Patrick Mahomes to win MVP a good bet or a bad bet at plus 500? Chris Carlin.
It's always a good bet with Patrick Mahomes. It's always a good bet. I still am riding my Lamar Jackson pick, but I absolutely don't think it's a bad bet to bet on Patrick Mahomes 5-1.
Yeah, I picked Josh Allen coming into the season, and I saw nothing on his Thursday night debut to open a regular season that would sway me from that. But I will say this, Pat Mahomes looked damn good. And everybody was trying to figure out whether or not Tyreek Hill would have a detrimental impact on him. That absence, it certainly didn't look like it on Sunday against the Cardinals. So, yeah, Pat Mahomes at plus 500 is a good bet.
Next.
Josh Allen now plus 550. Lamar Jackson still plus 1,500. So, Lamar Jackson, that's still a good bet or a bad bet, plus 1,500 to win MVP. Chris Canty.
I'm going to say it's a good bet, man. I like what I saw from Lamar Jackson. It took him a while to get it going, but, limited action in the preseason, I can understand that. But the ball that he threw to Devin Duvernay right before halftime, that touchdown, that was a lot of touch on that pass. You're talking about a strike from about 30 yards out. Then, of course, the no-look to Devin Duvernay for a 17-yard touchdown pass. And then the laser that he threw to Rashad Bateman. What was that, a 59-yard touchdown pass? Yep. Mm-hmm. And that was on a rope. That was all air yards. So the fact that Lamar Jackson, as a downfield passer, looks to have evolved, can you imagine once they get the running game going how tough this offense is going to be to defend? I love Lamar Jackson at plus 1,500 to win MVP.
If you were a visionary like myself, you would have jumped on it at 2,000.
That's a lot of value, my man.
Yeah, and I jumped at 20-1, and I would absolutely do it at 15-1 without thinking twice. It's a great bet, and it's a guy that has an awful lot to prove. Go next.
The Cowboys were plus 140 to win the NFC East heading into week 1. Now they're plus 600. So it's plus 600. Is the Cowboys to win the NFC East a good bet or a bad bet, Chris Carlin?
I have to, because the division's so bad, you'd almost want to think maybe, but no, I can't. It is throwing it away. It's one of those tempting things. You get that back. No, that's throwing money away.
Yeah, barring anything unforeseen, i.e. an injury to Jalen Hurts, I just don't see that happening. I don't think it's throwing good money after bad.
Next.
Tom Brady and the Bucs went from plus 750 to plus 700 to win the Super Bowl. Good bet or bad bet?
That's an atrocious bet.
No, first of all, I think it's a good bet.
Good for you.
I think it's a good bet. I mean, think about it. It's just, first of all, in order to win the Super Bowl, you got to get to the Super Bowl. And it feels like in the NFC, that is the path of least resistance when you're comparing the two conferences.
No doubt.
So no doubt everybody loves the Buffalo Bills. Everybody loves the Kansas City Chiefs. But guess what? Those two teams are probably going to have to play each other at some point in the AFC playoffs. I'm not worried about anybody that the Bucs have to play. Did you see the reigning defending champions on Thursday night? Mm-hmm. They looked awful. Matt Stafford out there throwing lollipops that are getting picked off. Did you see Aaron Rodgers against the Minnesota Vikings? All I'm simply saying is I don't think it's going to be a tough road to toe for the Bucs to win their division and to run through the NFC playoffs. That's why I don't necessarily see that as a bad bet, taking them at plus 700, even though the odds have gotten a little bit shorter.
Yeah, listen, that's great. I'm sorry. No, it's not a good bet. Okay. Even though
here we go.
You're right about the NFC. The NFC's terrible. But when we talk about the Bills, they don't have to play the NFC or the AFC West like all year. They get Cincinnati, they get Kansas City once, but it's not like they're in the West beating up on each other all season long either. I think the Bills are going to have a relatively nice trip to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm not counting on them to be all that banged up. The real challenges won't come till the playoffs.
All right, the Eagles went from 25-1 to 15-1 to win the Super Bowl. Good bet or bad bet? The Eagles at 15-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I have them in the Super Bowl, so I'll say it's
wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Very aggressive.
Did I stutter?
No, you didn't.
Eagles.
You said that with your chest.
I did. 50. I picked them to get there, so I can't say it's a bad bet at 15-1. I wouldn't call it a great bet. I'd call it a good bet. Yeah, I'd say it's a good bet.
Yeah, I don't love it. with their odds short.
I loved it at 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there's more value at 25. I don't love them at 15-1, even though I do think they're going to win their division going away. There's something to be said for your quarterback not having success in the postseason. And Jalen Hurts down in Tampa last year in the playoffs did not look good. Now you're hoping that he learns and grows from that experience, and having A.J. Brown will help. But I got to believe it before I see it. So, no, I can't roll with the Philadelphia Eagles at 15-1 to win the big one.
All right, real quick, last one. Also 15-1 to win the Super Bowl are the Packers. They were at 12-1. 15-1 Packers to win the Super Bowl. Good bet, bad bet?
That's throwing money away. It's throwing money away.
How did I know you were going to say that, big fella?
Listen, I'll just hand my $100 that I would have put on it right to Romeo Dobbs. That's basically the equivalent.
He might drop it, though.
Well, if it was Christian Watson, he definitely would. No, I don't think the Packers are a good bet right now. No. Bad bet.
I'm with you on that one. Cosign, retweet.
Whatever that meant. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean?
I know.
Exactly. Stop
You're
yourself.
on board.
Stop yourself.
I wasn't knocking you. I was knocking me. Like, I didn't know exactly what you were saying. In shorthand, I'm old.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Not
right,
cool.
So get us out of this segment, man. What are you doing?
Listen, I'm still thrown off by the sunglasses. I have to be honest.
Why are you thrown off? I've been wearing them for 3.5 hours.
I know.
Why are you still thrown off by it?
I can't see your eyes. It throws me off.
Well, I can't see if I take them off. So what are we going to do with that?
God, you just...
Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Justin Craig.
How did you soften so much since your playing days? How? Like, what? I mean, I know you had a shield then. Maybe we should bring back the helmet.
Just wear the helmet with the tinted visor?
That would look good. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus. We say the same thing. I did not expect to get absolutely destroyed by a head coach last night. I will bear some responsibility considering when the last name Hackett's involved, because his father, Paul Hackett, was not a great coach. And Nathaniel, that wasn't good.
Wow.
He's not a bad person.
You're attacking the family.
He's not a bad person, just not a good coach. Wow. And I should have known better. But that aside, we're going to redeem you tonight. Money coming your way. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If I really had to choose, I'm taking Joe Burrow. If you already have Mahomes, everyone. I want Joe Burrow. Everyone.
I
want
can't
Joe
listen
Burrow
to this. This and more. Wednesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Kick off football season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today to get started with $150 in free bets, guaranteed, when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up with promo code PLAY to get in on the action. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. Don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code PLAY. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789 in Tennessee. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
Wednesdays have become my favorite day of the week for one thing. The Mad Dog, Christopher Mad Dog Russo, is with your boy. Be with us starting at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Bart and Hahn.
At this point, it's really no injury in the NFL that you can sustain that you feel like you won't get a second chance. Right? You know, I mean, we saw Dak Prescott have probably one of the most gruesome. Compound injuries, and he still got paid his money. So if I'm Lamar Jackson, if I'm a bet, do you not think that an alpha male, a guy that has defied the odds his entire life, isn't going to bet on himself?
Bart and Hahn, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus.
Coming up Wednesday, which NFL contenders should already be on notice after Week 1? Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Wednesday, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
So last week, Brian Kelly was getting all over a reporter in a joking fashion for being late to the press conference. And that reporter said to Brian Kelly, well, maybe if you win, I'll be on time. And it wasn't a playful exchange back and forth, although the reporter did admit later she was trying to be funny, and it wasn't very funny. And Brian Kelly said, well, if you're late, we put $10 in the jar, and we throw a big party at the end of the year, which, of course, there's no big party.
No.
But Brian Kelly shows up late to his press conference, and he throws $10 in the jar right away.
Okay.
So, good for him. That all being said, that's great. Brian Kelly at LSU, there couldn't be a worse fit. And it's not that the guy can't coach football, because he can.
He's a damn good coach.
Listen, he gets the most out of his players. And if you really go back and look at the list of players that Brian Kelly coached, Brian Kelly at Cincinnati had both Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty damn good. And those guys were great in college. So my point would be simply this. If you are LSU and you're handing $100 million to a coach in Brian Kelly, I understand what his resume says, but at the same time, when you know the personality and you know everything that comes with Brian Kelly, this was a bad fit for LSU. And I don't know that this is going to last 3 years, to tell you the truth.
I don't know about that, man. Listen, you're talking about a coach that has proven himself with teams like Cincinnati and with Notre Dame, inferior talent in comparison to what he has available to him at LSU. I think Brian Kelly's going to be at LSU for a long time. Now, as long as he doesn't try to continue to keep up with that ridiculous accent, I think he's going to be okay. But Brian Kelly has already shown himself to be a competent head coach, somebody that's good in terms of establishing an organization that can have sustained success and make consistent runs at the college football playoff. That's exactly what LSU was looking for, some consistency rather than the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the extremes that they experienced under Ed Orgeron and the previous coaches.
But you can have the personality that Brian Kelly does at Notre Dame. I don't know that you can have it at LSU.
Well, it worked at Cincinnati. It worked at Notre Dame. I don't know that it's not going to work at LSU.
I'd say
he's got more resources at LSU.
But also remember this. You mentioned the previous two coaches and the issues. They were also two guys that won national championships.
Yeah.
The last three coaches have won national championships.
Well, that's the bar. With what they're paying him, he's absolutely expected to win a national championship.
I mean, listen, the last one, Orgeron's gone a year and a half later.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Give me the talent, and I'll bet on my ability as a coach. That's what he's looking at right now.
How about this number? Most watched Monday Night Football game since 2009 last night. And most watched Week 1 Monday Night Football game since 2006. Canty and Carlin, ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus.
Time to earn some cash.
The taste of money, the smell of wealth.
It's Carlin's best play of the night.
The taste of money.
All right, here's the deal. I don't know if you saw the highlight from last night. Even though the Giants won last evening, Gabe Kapler and Mark Littell, one of his relievers, got into a little tiff on the mound. Littell went out there and he was loading up the bases. He got all annoyed that Kapler was taking him out. You know, they're going down in the hallway and yelling at each other. The Giants have somehow won 4 in a row. The Braves have lost 3 in a row. Let's jump on the Bravos tonight at minus 170 on the money line, because you got Kyle Wright going. Did not pitch well his last time against Oakland, but prior to that, I mean, the guy's 17-5 this year. I mean, he has been really, really good.
The Cardinals are back at home after a weekend in Pittsburgh. They're opening up a quick 2-game series tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers as the Cardinals continue to be en route to potentially winning the division. A 2-game series sweep would go a long way towards that, as the Cardinals do remain in pretty good shape. Welcome into the Ameren Total Access pregame show. My name is Matt Pauley, coming your way from Busch Stadium. The voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney and Ricky Horton. They're upstairs. They've got the call of the game. We'll hear from Mike Claiborne later on here on the show as the Cardinals do get set for this evening's game. The Cardinals have Jordan Montgomery on the mound. The left-hander enters with an 8-3 record, 3.08 ERA, even better just as a Cardinal. Matt Bush gets the start for the Brewers. It is a bullpen game for them, though, as Bush is not expected to go very deep. The Cardinals just got done with a 3-game series in Pittsburgh where they take 2 of 3 from the Pirates. Certainly games were in question on Saturday and Sunday. They won on Saturday by a 7-5 score. Albert Pujols hit a home run in that game. And then on Sunday, again, down late, they're able to come back with a 4-3 victory. And that is the target and the spotlight of today's Central Bank replay.
1 ball, 1 strike. They plan to pull infield and outfield. The pitch. Burleson swings, and there's his first major league hit. A line drive single up the middle. A look to second by Stratton. The pitch. There's a line drive into right center field, and it is caught by Nootbaar. He throws back to second, not in time to double up Reynolds, but that saved a run. Nootbaar with a diving play in front of Tyler O'Neill. The pitch, a swing and a line drive right field. Nootbaar moving back. He puts up the glove, and Nootbaar makes another great catch. How about that? The right-hander is ready. A look to second. The pitch. Dickerson swings, lines it down the right field line. That ball is fair, going to the wall. Tommy Edmonds scores. Dickerson is the tying run at second with nobody out. 2-1 Pirates. The 2-0 pitch here for Albert Pujols. The young deals. Pujols swings and lifts a high fly ball. That's hit deep. Center field. It might go. It's a gunner. It's a gunner for Pujols. He gives the Cardinals the lead in the 9th inning with home run 6, 9, 7, all alone in 4th place in Major League Baseball history. The Cardinals lead 3-2 in the top of the 9th. There's a swing and a high fly ball to center field. Reynolds moving back. He's at the wall. It's a gunner. It's up on the batter's eye. Tyler O'Neill with his 14th home run of the year gives the Cardinals a 2-run lead, 4-2. Belsley working out of the high set. The pitch. Gamble swings, hits a fly ball center field. Right there is Ben DeLuzio to put the squeeze on it for a Redbird winner.
The Cardinals scored 4 times in the top of the ninth, coming back to steal this one 4-3 over the Pirates and take 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh.
It is our Central Bank replay. Central Bank, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. So that brings us to tonight as the Cardinals have Jordan Montgomery on the mound, as mentioned, 8-3 this year with a 3.08 ERA. However, in his 7 starts with the Cardinals since being acquired at the deadline, he is 5-0 with a 1.45 ERA. He picked up a 3-1 win against the Brewers back on August 12th when he threw 6 shutout innings on 4 hits, striking out 8, walking just 2. And by the way, the last time the Cardinals and the Brewers played back on August 14th, Albert Pujols hit 2 home runs, which were 688 and 689 at the time. So we'll see if he could hit 2 home runs today. He'd be just 1 away from 700, as he is 3 away from that big number. Matt Bush on the mound for the Brewers. He was acquired at the deadline. He is a relief pitcher. It is very much going to be a bullpen game today for the Brewers. They were trying to give Corbin Burns an extra day of rest, and the reigning Cy Young Award winner Burns is going to start tomorrow's game instead. It is the Cardinals. It is the Brewers. When we come back, we'll go through our Bayer Farm Report. One of the Cardinals minor league affiliates getting their postseason run underway. We'll tell you all about that. That's next. This is the Ameren Total Access Show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
If you're a truck driver or know a truck driver, listen to this. Gale Frericks Trucking is looking for regional drivers who can also help with the harvest. Help with the harvest, drive in the Midwest, and always be home on weekends. Gale Frericks Trucking is hiring a regional driver who can help with the harvest and offers great pay and great benefits. Work for a local company who values your time and your family. Gale Frericks Trucking wants to talk to you. Just email Dixie at gftlog.com. That's Dixie at gftlog.com.
For nearly 3 decades, thousands of customers in Central Illinois have trusted their commercial and residential needs to the top-rated team at Matex.
I am the head plumber. The best reason to call Matex, in my opinion, is that you're going to get somebody that cares about your house and cares about your problem. Anytime you call a plumber, it's never good news. So I'm going to be friendly and kind and lighten the situation and let them know that no matter what problem they have, it'll get taken care of.
Visit us online at matexservice.com to learn more or book your service today. Matex, feel the difference.
Bird lovers, a Sunday morning tradition is back. Meet at Anita Purvis Nature Center Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Experts will lead hikes through Busey Woods looking for birds. The bird walk wraps up at 9 a.m. Learn how to spot birds and how to identify birds. Call Anita Purvis Nature Center at 217-384-4062 if you have any questions. Learn more at urbanaparks.org. Urbana Park District. You belong here.
Like most banks, we offer an app that lets you do pretty much everything you need from your pocket. But at Iroquois Federal, we believe great banking is less about the app you tap and more about what you tap into. And for us, that's a hometown bank where decisions are made locally by the same folks you'll bump into on the bleachers at the next big game, providing the hometown touch that's made us part of the community for nearly 140 years. Iroquois Federal. Still friendly, still local, still here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a lot to see and do in the Soulard neighborhood, including the historic Soulard Farmers Market, restaurant, shopping, and nightlife. Buy local and find out where else you should go at ExploreSt.Louis.com. Our Bayer Farm Report, 3 Cardinals minor league games going on this evening, a couple still in the regular season. AA Springfield still has about a week left in their regular season. They're opening up a series in Tulsa. And then Memphis in action tonight against Iowa. Memphis still has about 2 weeks left in their regular season. The Palm Beach Cardinals, they open up their postseason run tonight. They are in action against St. Lucie, and this game is just about set to get underway. It is their postseason opener. On the mound tonight for Palm Beach, it's going to be Trent Baker. Baker comes into tonight's game with a 9-7 record and a 3.14 ERA. Again, that game is starting momentarily during the Mercy Cardinals postgame show. We will certainly let you know how things went. That is our Bayer Farm Report. Bayer Health for All. hunger for none. One other note, it was announced by the Cardinals that potential playoff tickets are going on sale, as tickets for the National League Wild Card Series and also the Division Series games are going to go on sale this Friday at 2 o'clock. Tickets for all 3 potential wild card games and 3 potential Division Series games. Those tickets are going to be starting as low as $20. They'll be available at Cardinals.com, on the phone at 314-345-9000. And all tickets are going to be delivered via the MLB Ballpark app. When we return, we'll go inside the clubhouse. This is the Ameren Total Access Show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Enjoy a true St. Louis Cardinals baseball experience. Book your Grand Slam ticket package today at the luxurious Marriott St. Louis Grand, steps away from Busch Stadium. You'll get 2 Cardinals tickets plus free hotel self-parking, complimentary high-speed internet access, and $20 towards a great pre- or post-game meal at Xenia Bar and Grill. Grand Slam ticket packages start at $149. Book yours today at MarriottStLouisGrand.com. That's MarriottStLouisGrand.com. Proud partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Win Reality would like to acknowledge all the baseball parents out there, the ones who put in the time, the love, and the money to support the future of the game. To say thank you, a Win Reality subscription of state-of-the-art virtual reality training is yours for 20% off. We understand that their improvement, their success at the plate, and their enjoyment of the game is your reward. So give your player the greatest innovation in hitter